What's up, guys? It's your girl, Dedicated Diva, and I am back with another homeschooling update. Now, I believe this is somewhere around week 5, and I stopped the updates for a while just because I had some other personal things going on in my life, but now everything should be back, to at least me updating you guys at least once a week, and I come to you guys with more videos throughout the week. Now, I can honestly say that first, let me start off by saying my kids go to an online public tuition free school. So many people call it so many different things, but I see it as homeschooling. The reason why I see it as homeschooling because they are at home and they're going to school. Now, that may not be your definition of things, but that's just the way I see it. My son has transitioned through 2 virtual schools, online schools, whatever you want to call them. And now both of my kids, my son is in the 9th grade and my daughter, she's in the 1st grade, and they go to school through K-12. Now, I'm thinking about not next year, but maybe year after next. I'm thinking about doing the traditional homeschooling where I just pull them out of like the whole public school and homeschooling them at home, and it's just for a couple different reasons. One of those reasons is when my son was in middle school last year and he was going through K-12, everything seemed to flow a little bit easier. Now that he's going to high school through K-12, things seem to be a little bit more hectic. Whereas when you go to, your regular brick and mortar school and you're in high school, you have a block schedule. If you guys don't know what a block schedule is, or at least where I stay at, kids have a block schedule. This means on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, you have certain classes, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you have certain classes. Now, I would say normally when you hit 9th grade, you have like English 1, you have Algebra 1, you may have some type of physical science, and you may have some type of history. That's the way that I'm used to things going on. But the school that my son attend through, at home, the online school, they have it where he is doing algebra, and it's every single day. And I believe it's for around an hour and a half. And he has world history, I believe is what they call it. And he has that on Mondays and Wednesdays, if I'm not mistaken. Now, his schedule is going to be like that from August when he started school to December. When January rolls around, he's no longer in Algebra 1. He's going to then be in English 1. I have a problem with that only because when you go to school and you're a high schooler, you should have your English 1, your algebra, all of your core classes, you should have them throughout the whole year. You shouldn't have them for the first semester and then the second semester come around and it's something totally different. The reason why it is where it should be, where a class should be throughout the whole year, because you have to give that child time enough to get adjusted. And just say, let's see, you can August, September, October, November, December. Now, if you look at how school really is, and how long it takes the kids to get adjusted. That's not enough time to really dig your nails, into things. I think that when the particular school that my kids go to through K-12, I don't think that they really thought things out. Or I really don't think that they had enough teachers to spread out. It should have been where all, high schoolers took their core classes throughout the whole year. And if it's an elective, then, they can take the elective, you take one semester, then a part two the next semester if you're going to do it that way. But it should not have been where you block off their schedules like that. This just didn't make any sense to me whatsoever. It's also a thing with his algebra teacher where they use Cayenne Academy and they use it for assignments. Now, where that falls as a problem is my son has Algebra 1 throughout the whole week for that hour and 30 minutes. But his teacher is doing this thing to where she sets up over 20 something assignments for the week. If it's not 20, it's 15. It's no less than 15. And throughout all of those assignments, there are videos and there are must-have quizzes. What's happening is with most of the kids now, she's putting out so many assignments, the kids' brains are just going to mush. I don't like that. And I'm in a situation even where if you speak up, they say, okay, I hear you, and there's nothing else. Now, with my daughter, she's in first grade. Her things are kind of like they were last year, but now the teachers want to do this thing with Zoom. Now, if you guys didn't know, they use Blackboard and now they want to use Zoom. Blackboard is basically where your child can hear the teacher talking whenever their class connects are. They put the problems up on the board. They show you what you need to know. They call on you. You speak back with them straight to the point. Now they are adding Zoom. So the teacher wants you to be in Blackboard and Zoom all at the same time. And if any classwork needs to get pulled up, it's either through a website called ClassKick, or you have to go on, the internet to search for something. I'm seeing this as a huge problem because it's starting to push parents and kids away. And it's making kids feel like they're being swamped with so many things. I don't think I've ever did an update like this, but I'm starting to see the problems that within everything, especially for my, on my son's behalf, on my daughter's behalf. Zoom, I can just not go into it, but it's almost like you're missing out because most of the time the teacher will turn her mic off in Blackboard and you can't even hear her no longer unless you in Zoom. And so that's the only thing that I would say is the problem. Now, they're doing great with the test that they were given like a week or two ago. I still wouldn't change anything. It's just I may change up the platform in which my kids go to school and they go through K-12. I think that I may kind of switch up things, and I'm really going to start, digging deep into looking at other different types or methods of homeschooling, because there's some things going on and I see it like you don't need to change anything if it's not broken. What are you fixing if nothing is broken? And the method in which they have things going on with the ninth graders, if your ninth grader is not catching on, within the first 2 months, you literally have a month to get back on track before you have to take your EOC, the end of course, test. And it's just basically up in the air what's going to happen. And so that's just the way I'm feeling about things. It's not really, I'm not happy about things, and I'm not just sad about things or frustrated. It's just in the middle. And I'll update you guys a little bit more. I'm just going to find out who I should contact about the way things are going, because I just think they're so off track, and I think someone needs to be talked to about it. But I'll update you guys at the end of the week, and I'll be back with more videos or podcasts here on this channel.